Right. Foretales on the Nintendo Switch. This is a card-driven RPG with furries. Provided by the Maryland Library System. It's a game where you progress by combining cards and exploring decks. And I'm going to make this a research stream, because this one's going to be very hard to understand unless we start from the very, very beginning. There is some story here. A tiny bit of voice acting, not a whole lot. And the whole vibe of this game, as you'll see, is very sort of like down. It's not down in the muck and the mire. I guess you could say it's a salt of the earth kind of game. It's also super urban, which is kind of an interesting vibe for a game like this.
He looks like a good place to start.
So we'll see how it goes. Press the X button. Well, we'll get to that in a second. I'm looking for Timothy. Alright, and I wonder what might jog your memory. 5 food resources should be sufficient. That's 5. That's several days worth of resources, actually. We already have 1 food point, so we have 4 to go. So we have to find a way to get 5 food points, and this is where the game gets a bit complicated very early. Typical region of the game is composed of 3 to 6 location bars. Again, I can't get very deep into this yet, because we're going to have to treat this as a research stream. Sometimes A on cards will trigger dialogue or reaction from your characters. Try it out for yourself. So we'll press the A button by selecting the beggar. How do we select the beggar? We gotta press X, and then select the beggar right here. Would you spare a morsel of food for an old beggar? I wouldn't call 5 food a morsel. Yeah, you'll get your food. So basically the idea here is that we have to find a way to accumulate 5 food points in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. So how are we going to do that? We have skill cards on the left, mapped to the L button, and consumable cards on the right, bottom right-hand corner of the screen, mapped to the R button. Targets will often be location cards, but not always. When you hover over one of your cards, the possible targets are highlighted along with hints as to what will happen if you play there. So pay attention to what is highlighted and where the hints appear. So to the top, on the top left-hand corner of every card is going to be a series of icons that will show you what is most likely to happen when you play that particular card. Conversely, if you place your cursor over elements of the board, it will highlight the action cards you can play there. Take a moment to explore your current cards so you can find a way to find enough food to proceed. This is where things get weird. So if I press R, you can check out the resource cards here on the bottom of the screen. I guess that's what they're called, is resource cards. We have money. If you check the top of the screen where the X is, there's a card in the center and the card on the left. I think that gives us 2 food. If we spend money, we might be able to get 2 food from those folks. Don't know what the F stands for. And I don't know what those footprints stand for. Again, not explained very well in this game. The idea icon here says find enough food. How can I get enough food? Buy some. You're a thief. Steal some, says the card on the right. Okay, so I guess either idea will work. Grim. So I think we kill this guy, which I think decreases our reputation. I forget, because you see, there's a 2. There's a red symbol. There's a red grim symbol on that right card. We're not gonna do that. Let's see. So we can. So that means if we spend 2 grim points, we can just kill this guy for 2 food. Is what that sounds like. We have fame. We can spend 1 fame point, I guess, to get 2 food. We can give people food. If we give the guy on the right 2, what is that? If we give this guy, oh, I see what's going on. Okay, so the F symbol here is money. So if we spend $2, we can get 2 food from the guy on the right. If we spend 1 food point on the guy in the center, we'll get 2 food points. So that's what the 1F means. The -1F means in the middle of the screen. And on the right side, you can see the guy has a -2F. So it costs twice as much money to get the same amount of food, I guess. Now what's this? We can consume 2 food from the guy on the right and get 2 money. So if we give him food, he'll give us money. But he requires 2 food points, and we only have 1. And we can spend 1 of our fame points to get 2 food. And Grim means we can spend 2 Grim points and get 2 food. So we're trading in our reputation to get food. Okay. On the left side, we have a few skills here. Nimble hand. So I think we can steal. I don't know what that 1+ book symbol means in the middle of the screen. We can steal 3 food from the guy on the right. Let's see. Eavesdrop, so we can listen to this guy and get 1 bag, I guess. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is. What does that symbol mean? We get 1 bag? That doesn't seem very useful. Okay, so again, we can steal. We can shoot the guy on the right and get 4 food. Wow. That's 2 combat points. I don't know what that means. Again, not very helpful. Survivor sense. There's food everywhere if you know where to look. So if we spend this card in the center, we'll get 2 food. So we'll spend it right here and we'll claim 2 food and move to the next location.
I hope you're planning to share some of that.
See? So that's cool. Okay, so now we have 3 of the 5 food points we need to advance. Right on times, brother. Alright. One more important rule. Remember, you can only play 1 card per location card on the board. Okay. Sometimes we'll transform the target card to another, whatever that symbol means. Most of the time, we'll just consume it and just travel to the next card. Okay. Fine. A standard card from the board will go to the bottom of the exploration deck. Okay. Once the slot is available, will be automatically filled with the next top card. Okay. So we consumed one of that card in the center, which is a location card. We moved it to the ZL portion of the deck. You can't run out of location cards because the exploration deck always cycles. Okay. Alright. Like I said, it's a card PG. All you Yu-Gi-Oh fans are going to hate this, but we'll see how it goes. No Blue Eyes, White Dragon X Zodia combos, I guess. Food. So we need 2 more food points. Let's see what we got. Rallying Cry, an inspiring call to arms that draws out potential allies in the area. So if we use it in the middle, we get a different location card and we get 1 extra fame point. Again, I'm not trying to kill anybody just yet. We'll see how it goes. I can steal from the dude on the right and get 3 points. Get 3 food points, which we've already established. Okay, so press the Z. There's the R card. So how much food can we buy? Oh, I can't buy that food anymore. Okay. So I'll get 2 fame points if I spend $1 in the center card. Or I can consume both of my money points and get the food I need from the guy on the right. What's my other option? I can spend my 1 fame point and get 2 food points that way. So I'll consume 1 of my fame points to get 2 food and we'll move to the next location. So this card on the right what will happen to this card on the right? It will get replaced by another location card in the ZL deck, right?
Oh, those are quite delicious when sautéed with a little honey. And if... No, you're right. We don't have time.
Alright. Okay, we've got enough food now. Let's see what this guy knows. So again, this is why I wanted to make this a research video. Because I don't want to play this game too much until I kind of figure out what it wants me to do. I played enough to figure out how to play the game poorly. But I wanted to kind of think my way. I wanted to kind of think out loud. Okay, so we have 5 food points we can give to the guy on the left. And he will give us a thing. I don't know what that symbol stands for. And we'll also move to a new location. Story effects. That's what that symbol means in the middle. So we'll consume the 5 food points. We'll get a story effect. And then we'll move to the next location. I am fascinated by games like this. Games that are just so abstract that they're like... If this were like an RPG Maker-like game, where it's like a traditional RPG, it could still work, but it would probably seem boring. Because the way most RPGs do stuff like this is that they say, oh, go here, go there, find food inside of treasure chests and stuff. Here you actually have to search through your deck to see what happens. And you could probably emulate that in a traditional RPG by, you know, if you look through, if you rummage through a treasure chest, you probably lose, you know, some fame or something. Like you would have to trade some fame to rummage through some trash, that kind of thing. So I'm curious if a traditional RPG could add stuff like that. But here they're just using cards and they make it more abstract. So I'm very curious about how this is going to work out. Now again, turn-based games usually give you more options because in a lot of turn-based games you can make multiple choices simultaneously without time advancing. Here, time advances more slowly, obviously. But in a real-time like RPG where you wander around in real time, you would have to change things a little bit so that you get the same effect where you're trading one resource to gain another resource, that kind of thing. Which is what we're doing with the food system and the fame system and all that other stuff. So I'm curious how that works. That piece of paper? I'm gonna press the minus sign when we're done.
Ah, bandits. Lovely.
And we got a hostile token. So we have a bit of combat going. I won't be able to play any cards on this suspicious street until you get rid of those bandits. So in other words, there's a suspicious street card that we just pulled from the deck, but it's being blocked by a hostile token. So the only way we can perform an action on that card on the left is to clear out the hostiles first. So if you A on the token, you can see the creatures forming the group and decide whether to engage or not. Okay. Those confrontations start with the negotiation phase, which in this, as you see on the picture right here, you can spend $3 to negotiate, I guess. If you have the correct resources, you might be able to discard this threat without any violence. So again, you're trading something to avoid combat instead of just running away. Or initiating combat and then running away, which is how a lot of RPGs would do something like this. If you don't need to play a card here, you might as well avoid any conflict and play one of the other cards available. So if we don't want to mess with the card on the left, we can use the cards on the right instead. The card in the middle and the card on the right. So I'll press ZL and press A to browse. You can see all the other cards that are here. So these are the locations we'll visit. These are the next locations we'll visit. So we're able to peek ahead and see what's likely to happen as we advance. And this was the last card here on the bottom. This Apple Merchant card was the first card we removed from our deck, as I recall. Actually, I think it was this card was the first card we removed. Okay, what's on the ZL or ZR? The rest deck. The rest cards can be used to recover some skill cards for your adventurers. Even if you can see all rest cards for the region, you can only use the top card of the deck. Don't dawdle too much because the last rest card is always a synonym for a game over. For instance, do you want to rest here? So I guess you'll shuffle 3 of your cards, I suppose. There's Hunger, where you spend 2 food points to reshuffle 3 of your cards, or you lose 2 health points if you don't have it, I guess. If you don't have the food points. So each of your adventurers lose 2 health points, and you get to shuffle 3 more cards from the deck. And this is the fail state. You have nowhere to go, so you basically just do a game over. So I guess it's another way to advance time if you just can't make a move. You do a rest card to reshuffle the deck a little bit. That seems to be what's happening there. I'll mess around with that a bit later. Let's see. Oh yeah, See at the bottom of the screen where it says 7 here, Volpain, or Volapane, I assume it's in English. And the Leo here on the right, apparently that shows how many health points they have and which cards they can play. So Volpain here can play one of these cards. And Leo here in the middle can play these cards. And I did, what card did I run last time? Yeah, I did a scent card previously. So I was able to find food. Survivor Sense. Actually, no, I think that was the one I used. Yeah, I used Survivor Sense last time. So I was able to find food by looking for food in one of the location cards on the top of the screen there. So I was able to play that sniffing card, or that Survivor Sense card, in one of these cards on top, so that I could find the food. So what can I do here? What do they want me to do here? They probably just want me to move. Find Timothy, so we just gotta keep checking, I guess. See what happens. We don't have a lot of resources down here, so I guess we can try to build our food or build our fame. And arguably the best way to do it is to use one of these cards over here. So what card should we play? This will allow us to eavesdrop. If we eavesdrop on the card on the right, we'll gain 1 food point. So that might be worth playing right now. So we'll eavesdrop for 1 point of food, and we'll move to the next location. And I forgot what the order was, so we can press ZL to check out what the next location card will be at any time. So we got 1 food by eavesdropping. So that drops to the bottom of the location pile, the ZL pile over there. Okay. Yeah, let me press ZL to see what card's coming next. So the next card that shows up, the next card that will be pulled from the deck will be the Marketplace. And then there's a Suspicious Street card, etc. and so forth, so yeah. Okay. Grim. Can't play this card yet. I think we gain Grim's. I think we gain Grim reputation by killing enemies. Food. We can spend 2 food, so we don't have enough food to spend here. We can spend one. We have $2. We can spend both dollars on the right to get 4 food points, or we can spend $1 to get 2 fame points. What are our other options? Survivor Sense. A Rallying Cry will increase my fame. Survivor Sense will help me find food. 2 food points on the left, one in the middle. A well-timed shot serves no purpose yet. Solidarity of the Weak. Inspire Compassion. So I guess that doesn't seem to have any effect here. Nimble Hands. We can sometimes when you use Nimble Hands, apparently, you'll actually trigger a hostile token. Let's see. For instance, if we put this in the middle, we'll gain 1 gold point, 2 Grim points, and we'll add 2 creatures to the search party. I don't know what the search party is. People looking for me, I guess. Let's see. Interaction effects. So we can gain 2 food here. Add a creature to the search party and move to the next location. I don't know what the search party idea is. Are people looking for me? Or, I mean, first of all, are they helping me search for Timothy, or are they searching for me? Which I'm concerned is the real problem here. So which card should I use? Do I need fame at this point? Skill discard pile. Use skill cards for adventurers. Rest. So use a rest card to recover some of them in your adventurers' decks. You can also trade skill cards in your hand plus 1 food to recover a used skill card. Huh. Yeah, it's got a lot deeper. So how do we just move to the next screen? By the way, let me go over here and peek at the bandits. Who are we facing? A brawler prefers her fist to talking. They don't have many nice things to say. I like some of the flavor text they got going on here. And I love this alligator. Like, this is like the best version of the Crocs from Donkey Kong Country. It's like, yeah, it's a Disney-looking alligator. I dig it. Again, I really like some of the art style here. So what are we doing here? So if we're gonna find Timothy, we should probably just leave. So we can gain fame with a rallying cry. That's probably not terrible. So I don't think we really need food yet, so we'll just gain some fame, because we have no fame right now. So we can move to the small crowd location. I don't know if it matters which card we choose, if we just wind up putting a new location on the board. Like, does the placement of the location cards on the top of the screen matter at all? I don't know. Okay, so we increased our fame. Okay, so what else should we do? So I would argue we should just try to build our points down here so we can spend them later. Spend 2 Grim points. Why? Why would I do that? Well, I can't because I don't have enough money to spend. I don't have enough points to spend here. I need 2 Grim points to use it on the card on the right. So I can't use that yet. Fame is worthless here. We can spend 1 food point to gain 2 fame points. Money, we can spend $2 to gain 4 fame points. Or we can spend $1 to gain 2 fame points. Let's see. What else can Leo do? He can use his rallying cry to gain an extra fame point in the middle. Use survivor sense to get more food. Use a well-timed shot for what purpose? So we'll gain 2 Grim points if we fire a shot into the crowd. Add 1 creature to the graveyard. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm starting to see how this works now. Let's see. Solidarity of the week. So if I inspire compassion to attract allies, we can gain $1 if I spend this now. If I use nimble hands, I'll increase my Grim I'll add 1 Grim point to the card on the right. So if I use my nimble hands on the right, I'll gain $2, but I'll gain 1 Grim point. And if I use it in the middle, I'll gain only $1. I'll gain 2 Grim points, and I'll add 2 people to the search party trying to track me down, I guess. Okay. So I guess if you're going to use nimble hands, you might as well use it in a place where there are fewer consequences. Let's try Solidarity. Solidarity of the Poor is a safe option, because it gives me gold, and it gets rid of this location card.
Heartwarming stuff.
Again, I like how they're using cards here. Seems interesting. Okay, so what do we got? Let's see. I can use a rallying cry to increase my fame. Let's see. Use survivor sense to get some more food. 2 food points on the right. Nimble hands will increase the search party, so let's not use those. Got a lot of nimble hand cards I'm gonna have to use eventually. Oh well. Again, I want to do it where there's fewer negative consequences. Let's see. So I guess we can try Survivor Sense and get 2 food points.
Ah, delicious.
Okay, what's going on? Check out what's his name? Volapane. He has
I don't know what you did to wind them up, but they look mad.
Okay, so now we're getting surrounded, so we're running out of options here. I'm gonna have to fight somebody. Okay, so we're running out of cards. Dude here on the left, Volapane has 5 cards left, I guess. And Leo might have 6 left, so I'm curious. Okay, so we can use a rallying cry to get some fame points on the center card. Nimble hands will, just get me in trouble. Oh well. Let's just try to get some fame then. Bully for us. These mighty words drew a crowd of curious townsfolk. Again, really like the design on those animals they got up there. Love the use of the shadows they got going on too in the drawings. So we can spend money to get extra fame. We can spend 1 food to get 2 fame. Direction. Oh, we got directions to Timothy. All Volpe needs to do is find the nearest marketplace. Okay, well, that's the problem. So where's the nearest marketplace? Press ZL. When will the marketplace show up? So if we go, so the next card will be a marketplace. Okay, so we just have to get rid of that card in the middle, and the marketplace will show up on the very next turn. So what's the cheapest way to get that card to show up? Not gonna use a time shot. We could just use Nimble Hands and increase our Grim. So we can use Nimble Hands on the crowd, gain $2, gain 1 Grim point, gain 1 Grim Skull, and go to the next card, which will be the marketplace. Because that's our goal, is to go to the marketplace.
You know what they say, a fool and his money are easily parted.
So we used fame to gather the crowd, then we picked the pockets of one of the people in the crowd, I guess. Or maybe several people in the crowd. So we increased our Grim to level 2. Can't spend it on anything yet. Maybe in combat we can spend it. Okay, so we're at the marketplace. So what does the game want us to do? Follow the directions. No. Okay, so we can use this card right here to get a story effect. So we'll use this Timothy card in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, right here in the marketplace, and get that story effect. So let's see what happens.
Turned out nice again.
Willipane and Leo approach. The figure turned to greet them. This seems a bit more interesting than the Hands of Fate games, if I'm being honest, but there's no Arkham-like combat. For some reason, I never got into those Hand of Fate games. I never really liked the combat in those games, and the dice rolling exploration they were doing there just didn't. In other words, it didn't seem to have a lot of depth to it. That kind of bothered me. I think if I played more of it, I would like it. But I did a video about it like 7 years ago. I thought I was really gonna like it. I don't know why. So I documented the things that bothered me about it at the time. I don't think it's gonna get better. The sequel doesn't seem that much better either, because I played that for about an hour or two. It's a shame. That's the kind of game I thought I was really gonna like. Arkham combat with cards. Sounded really interesting, didn't it? It's the kind of game I might pull out again and play later, but I remember I was able to play Hand of Fate 2 a while ago, and I was surprisingly not really impressed with that either. Yeah, it's the kind of game I've already forgotten about it. I played it for several hours and never really got into it, which surprised me. I can make a list of like a dozen games I thought I was really gonna like, and I just never really got into them. Disappointing. I wasn't paying attention to any of that, so I pressed the minus sign. Skeptical patron. Leaper stands in the alleyway wrapped in a cape. He said he was looking for a discreet and efficient burglars. Okay. So we have to see what points we can use. A well-timed shot will advance the story. See? I'll initiate a trigger effect. What else can we do? We can use Nimble Hands. So this is a safe place to use Nimble Hands. What's that? Peppery diversion. Okay. So we can safely use Nimble Hands here, and we can save the well-timed shot for combat if we need it. But for now, we'll use the Nimble Hands, because it's safe. It's safe to use here. There's no punishment for using it here. What if I were to yoink your purse? Impressive. Most impressive. I'll take that cash. I got plenty of money now. So there are 4 resources we can mess with in this game. Gold, food, fame, and Grim. which is interesting, actually. It's like, I guess it's like Face. In Sleeping Dogs, there was a mechanic called Face, which you could lose if you like got an attack, if one of your attacks was countered, or if you got beat down with a really nasty combo or something like that. I think that was the way it worked. I do need to play Sleeping Dogs again, because I played it like 7 years ago on my Baller gaming PC, but it was like 50 frames a second, so I'm gonna play at 60 because I'm not trying to join the PAL master race or anything when it comes to frame rates. Apparently PAL was useful for some video games that were like Battletoads that were just too fast at 60 frames a second. Maybe that's why Rare screwed up. Maybe Rare was testing it at PAL. Maybe Rare was testing all their games at 50 frames a second, and then when Americans got their hands on them, they were too fast and too hard to play. I want to believe that's the excuse. That might not be the real excuse. Betting too many of their skill cards will tire them. Okay. You have a limited number of skill cards in your adventurer's decks. Yep. That's what the number means in the top right-hand corner of their top left-hand corner of their profiles. If you want to recover your skill cards, you'll have to rest. Okay, so it might be worth it to spend it might be worth it to spend some of the food money on the right-hand side, or the fame, like spending resources. Might be a good choice in that. Maybe a good choice in that case. You'll have to use the rest cards on the right-hand side of the board. It has its own set of effects and sometimes a price that you can decide to pay or not. Yeah, rest cards apparently are like a last resort if you can't make any other safe moves. So they want me to use the first rest card, huh? I can use it eventually, I guess. At least one of your adventurers is down to their last few skill cards. Maybe you can use the rest deck to recover some. See what I mean? That's the ZR. If you spread the effort between them, then one off the rest is off. And okay. So, like, maybe use a well-timed shot from Leo instead of the nimble hands of Volapane. That kind of thing, I guess. Rest deck. We're not going to spend food. Or we can just rest. Well, I mean, we could spend some food. We don't have that much food. Okay, so we could use money to get food. Like we can spend a couple of bucks to get some food from this dude in the center. Spend food to get fame. Or spend food to get money. You can sell them food. We can buy food. We can spend some of our fame to get food. Or we can use our reputation to get food. I don't know if Grim helps us very often, so we'll puff out our chest. Make him say please. Yes, we're using our Grim. We're using our Grim to get food. With a block and a block, gonna make him say please. Let's see, money. So we can spend money here to get a little bit, to get food and fame, apparently. It can also be used to buy apples. That's not terrible, I guess. That cash. So we'll get some fame.
Well, can't take it with you, I suppose.
I wish I was famous. Guess you want that YouTube fame, huh? Gotta get those. Gotta spend those attention. Gotta get those attention dollars. Okay. Well, we spent some attention dollars earlier, so we have dollars and attention dollars. Let's see. We can spend 2 cash to get more food. That's not a terrible idea so far. We have way more money than I thought we would use. So we got lots of food now. So we can buy some more food. We can use food to get cash because we have plenty of food now, actually, believe it or not. Why? Nope. Whatever. So should we get more food or get more cash? Well, $1 for 2 food sounds like a decent deal, I guess.
Hardly what you'd call gourmet, but needs must.
Okay. So we can get plenty of fame right here. Oh well. Spend some food to get some fame. Get twice as much fame. What will this fame be for again? I don't remember.
Nice of you.
So we got plenty of it. Okay, first of all, where are we going? Go up here. Rest for a bit. So they want me to rest. Okay. Okay, fine. So they want me to waste this card. I guess I should have spent some of that food money then. An uneventful stop. So there are only 3 rest cards left in the region. So I guess we can use this one. Spend 2 of our food points. That works. So I can't use this one yet? Okay, we'll use this one then. So I guess I have to use this one before I can use the hunger card.
All right, back to work.
But I have plenty of food, so that's not a problem yet. I kind of wanted to use the food card before I use the regular card. I recovered some skill cards and suffered no other consequences. Next card in the deck will cost you food or health points. Yeah, that's why I wanted to spend that one now, because I have plenty of it. The last card will always be a game over, so it's a 3 strikes rule, I guess. That's cool. 3 strike cards. Rest cards or strike cards. Once you move on to the next region, the rest deck will be replaced with a new set of cards, okay. It's independent. So you might as well just use them up. You might as well use them all up, because they'll be recharged when you get to the next region. I've completed the region. Okay, so that's why they want me to. Okay, fine. Gather proceed, or you might want to spend some more time here to gather resources. Yeah, let's do that. Beware consumables, risk for carried over. Oh, okay. I was afraid of that. They're not carried over from one mission to the next. There's no need to hoard excessively. Okay. Alright. So how do you want to do this? We have plenty of food, so we can get some more fame, but we have too much fame. And we don't want to get into a fight, so let's just bounce. Now what can we do here? Let me check on something. Tutorial. There we go. Consumables and resources are carried over, but they're not carried over. Okay, so we're doing the next region anyway. Yep. Okay. Okay. Gather resources and allies. Well, where? Guess we can add to the search party. I don't know. So we fire off a shot. Let's see, we can use our rallying cry to get more fame, I guess. So what's the point of being added to the search party if we can just run away, I guess? I guess let's use nimble hands.
Sweet.
So where's the search party then? Cards! So that's the search party, I guess.
Just what we need. More goons.
Okay, so that search party's on the top left-hand side. Can we see that? Yeah, there it is. Creatures in the deck will be called on the board by some locations during exploration and respawn. Okay. Cool. These creatures are looking around for your party. Let's not appear on your path whenever you explore. Okay, that's fine. But they're not the same as hostiles, I don't think. So let's just bounce. It will bounce very shortly. We can kill this guy and get all this food. And what are those 2 combat points? Fight against 2. So if you shoot this guy, you add a creature to the graveyard, but then you have to fight against 2 other creatures. No reason to do that. Let's see. Nimble hands. This is free. This is free. We'll just get more food. Smooth.
I'll take that to go, please.
Let's see. Yeah, food doesn't do any good here. So I have 4 cards left for Volapane. So can I just leave now? We'll find out in a second. Spend cash to get more fame. And more food, apparently. Yep, we'll get more food. So the location itself gives you food. Even if I do nothing? Even if I do nothing, I get food here. I guess I can just rally for fame. Alright. So we drew a crowd. Let me do a quick check on something. There's no way to save, is there? We're not gonna quit. But I guess we could save, then come back. Alright. So what do we want to do to the crowd? Maybe we can give them some food and get some fame. Spend money and get more fame. Well, we have plenty of food, so let's just use it here.
Ah, I suppose you're not hungry then, Volpan?
Cool. So I guess we're not gonna get any more allies, huh? No. Gain Grim and Search Party. Okay, so we'll just bounce. Let's see. So this research stream turned out all right, I think. I think we can just do this at 30 frames a second. There's no reason to capture at 60, but no, what are you gonna do? Added more. Oh, there's a larger search party now. Okay. So these animals are chasing our party. Each time we location card, if there's a search party call token with an eye, it may spawn a group of enemies. Okay. Those reactions may also add hostiles. So. Alright, it's like Nimble Hands, for instance. Lady Catel's Manor. A hedge mage, just like in Jim Henson's Labyrinth, huh?
Fighting the local law enforcement?
Yep.
Doesn't seem like the smartest move, Volpan.
Volpan, okay. So they do say his name. Search party. Okay. So the search party from the last area followed me here. Oh well, guess I deserve that. So now I know. That was a research stream. Guard token. In order to play the card they keep, you have to get rid of them. Vaunt is not the only solution. Okay. Can I pay them with food? And where do they want me to go? Get through the maze. Find someone who knows the way. Gee, thanks. Which one has weaker guards? So I wonder if I can use food or maybe even money. We'll probably have to get into a fight eventually. So food won't help yet. But I want to see if food helps during the fight. This will give us... So this card... No. We get food from that. Or we get a gardener. Okay, that's cool. So we'll spend some cash and get a gardener. Get added to the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Okay.
Could be a good spot to loot.
Those sections of the board can be browsed. For example, if you check the content of the exploration deck, you see what... Yeah. Maybe your current location is somewhere in there. Or maybe one checks. If the card is not in the exploration deck, there may be a way to access it with some other effect or, yeah, story effect. Okay. So I guess I can check.
There has to be a way in.
Way to find out. What does this say? Notice the guards. If you're polite, we'll even show you where the best apples are. There's a story of if we put this guy up here, this will take us to the Winter Garden. Or if we take him here, there'll be a story effect. Let's just send him here.
That's
Sweet.
quite a statue.
So that's what we needed. Bad luck it is.
Fighting the local law enforcement?
Ugh.
Doesn't seem like the smartest move, Volpan.
Afraid of that. Trolls we can deal with. How are we going to find our way through the rest of this labyrinth? At any point, if you're lost, we can use that idea on the top right-hand corner. As long as the game doesn't punish me for asking for help, they don't know what I'm doing. Get through the maze and get through the maze. Get rid of the guards first. Which ones? Well, let's try these. Yes, is very bad. That is a Disney Robin Hood guard. That's definitely the Rhino from Robin Hood. Spot that in a second. Your boy understood that reference. Guard token. Let's try the weak dude first. We'll practice on him.
You might be able to grease their palms on this one.
Yeah. Maybe there's no need for violence? Hover over the cards, you may discover ways to get rid of some of your opponents. If you get rid of enough opponents, they'll bring the morale of the group down to 0 and they'll flee. If you use an aggressive card, the confrontation will automatically turn into a fight, okay? If you don't have any cards to play, you don't want to play any cards, press A on the auto battle token to trigger the fight automatically. We won't do that yet. Play any number of non-aggressive cards. Yeah, let's try that. Now, what is that? We can try a peppery diversion. That's an aggressive card. That scent doesn't... Does that increase my ability? Boost attack point by 1. Okay, that's engaging combat. Okay. We use food. What does this do? Corrupt. I don't know what corrupt means in this process. It means we can buy him out. I don't know what that... Use fame. I don't know what corrupt means in this process, but I don't mind spending food. So we'll feed him. Enemy was just removed, okay, because he's corrupt enough to have been persuaded with food. I guess that's why he's holding an apple in his hand, too. Let's subtract its level from the enemy's morale, which is currently 1. The enemy morale reach 0, the remaining hostiles will flee. Then the level of an enemy is the number of the top left. Therefore, I guess it got to level 1. Yep, that explains it. So if we drop that morale token on the right side down to 0 instead of 0.5, that'll end the fight. We can pay him. Can't give him food. We can use our fame. We got plenty of fame.
My friend Volpan needs no introduction.
Okay, that's cute. So we avoided combat by playing cards prior to the fight. That's how it's done. See? No combat needed. Guard token. Yeah, we can probably take these guys out pretty quickly, too. Let's engage. 1.5, just like last time.
Forget about all this for the right price.
What does this do? Send front creatures with max level 1 to the search party. No idea what that means. Stun the front creatures for 1 round. We're not worried about that. Because we're playing non-aggressive cards to avoid combat now. What does eavesdrop do? Boost attack point for the next round. Okay. Same with the on the scent ability. Okay, so we can spend... We can persuade the dude on top with food. So he's gone. And let's try one more. Persuade this guy with money or fame. We can try fame again. We got plenty of fame.
That's right. It's the Volpan.
It's spelled pain, but it's pronounced pan, I guess. All right, so we did good. So we have to get rid of the guards on the... We have to get rid of those guards on top? Yeah. So we might need to spend... We might need to use food to persuade the hungry guards. Yeah. Let's tackle problems head on. Maybe that's why he had a concussion. Food won't work. Guess we can't use any of these cards. Okay, so that'll work. A well-timed shot gives us more fame. And food. So I guess we have to get rid of those cards, don't we? Yeah, we have to get rid of those cards, it looks like. So let's use a well-timed shot down here to get some more food and fame and go to the next place. That's cute. He shoots the apple to gather it.
Hey, you know what they say. An apple a day and all that.
And then he's impressed by your skills. That increases your fame.
Now, but that's the law.
It's the cops, the fuzz, the PI. Okay, we got a guard token here, so I guess we're gonna have to spend some money here. Let's see if we can get out of this fight with some of our fame. So we'll use food on the hungry guards. We have plenty of food. So that'll knock the 2 hungry guards on top out of the way. Special power signified by win token to the left side of the creature cards. Okay, yeah. Any powers can trigger during the negotiation phase. They may trigger once over every few. Okay, fine. How about, so where's the special power? The dude on the left? Oh, I didn't see that. I think the dog here has a special power. Add a constable to the search party every round. You're gonna have to get rid of him. Okay, so let's see, we can take out the hungry guards. We're on the top left and the top right. So we can take him out. And he's on top, so he's out. Okay, so we can do that again for the guy on the top right. And he's out. Huh. Like I said, interesting idea. Okay, we can spend three coins to take out the armed guard on the left. We can use our fame to take out. Yeah, we can use some of our fame on him, because he's going to add people to the search party. What about the guy on the left? What's his power, the dude on the left? I don't see a special power for him. Yeah, so the dog here has a special power, so we got to get rid of him. So we can use our fame to get rid of him.
Oh, they must have heard of your good deeds.
Okay, so that helps. Okay, so I think we can use food on these guys, or money. Yeah, this guy requires 3. The guy on the left requires 3 resources. We don't have any grim points to spend on them. Okay. So we can use fame on the fame on the right.
It's good to get one's name out there from time to time.
And the morale's down to 0, so the rhino is now gone, so it didn't cost us any money.
Bye-bye.
And we increased our fame, I think. Alright, see? Multiple times they get more explicit help for more complex situations. That's hilarious. Okay. Find the map. So it's in the greenhouse? That one. Something about a heavy chain. Can't use that. This will work. That'll work. So all those cards will work to get us past that chain, apparently. Let me check on that. It's a lot of peppery diversions. I guess I could just eavesdrop. So we can just move to the Winter Garden, or use this to go to the next location. It's all the same thing in this context. So let's try on the scent. So we'll just move to the next location. Oh, it's not the most efficient way to travel. But that's not what we wanted. So we should have somehow interacted with that locked gate, I think. Just a second. We're looking for the locked greenhouse, so it's like 3 cards away. So it's 3 cards away. Alright. I'm gonna have to use a card to move along. Maybe we gotta use a card here. So we'll move to the orchard, yeah. So we have to do this two more times, apparently. And the guard showed up. Nope, they didn't show up. There's no one left in our search party. The top left-hand corner of the screen is where the search party is supposed to be, where the little eye is. Nothing there. So we're good. So we can get 3 food if we use Survivor Sense in the top left. So I'm not opposed to that. We have too much food, though, if I'm being honest. That's not so bad, because it means we get it means we could rest if we need to. L.
Well, I don't know about you, but my mouth is watering. Now you're in for it.
Yep. Guard showed up. We're still looking for the locked greenhouse. ZL. It's 2 more over. Okay. We need 2 more cards. We need to advance 2 more cards. So we can try diversion down here. So we got 1 more. I think we have 2 more cards we have to use. Fame or food or money. Probably money. So food ain't helping us as much as I thought. Well, he's a gardener. He doesn't need money. So we'll grab the gardener. Maybe he's the quiet way in. Okay, 1 more card should get us where we need to go. ZL. Yeah, the next location card will be the greenhouse we need to be. So if we use this here, we'll get 4 food, and the gardener's gone. But it'll get us to the next location, too, which is where we need to be.
Come on, I know you can't resist looting.
The gardener's not here. That's the problem. I kind of want to break the glass now. So we're going to need another gardener. So how do we get another gardener? How many more cards? 2 more cards to the next gardener. So we'll leave the bottom right-hand corner open. And we'll use the 2 location cards on the left if we can. Can't use any of these. I guess we have to get into a fight. Okay, so we need the gardener, so we gotta advance. Okay, these guys are easy. We'll use food to wipe them out. Then we can advance to the next area. Or at least we can get to the location card once we get rid of the guards.
All right, what's it going to cost?
Oh, we got food. We'll spend food to get rid of the first guy. Maybe fame to get rid of the next, or we can just kill him. We can spend money.
Well, a good deal all around, I'd say.
Done. So now we can interact with that card on the top right. Doesn't look like anything's useful here. What do we have here? Solidarity of the Week, I guess. Let's use Solidarity of the Week. So we got the gardener. So now we can add the gardener in just a second. What do you have to spend? Money or fame? We'll spend fame and we get the gardener. So we're going to need him on the bottom right-hand side, on the bottom right-hand corner of the location decks. Right there. Because we got to open that greenhouse. That's what the gardener is for. So I should have used him earlier for that same purpose. Alright. Way out of the labyrinth. Use it right here. Perfect. Yeah, we did alright.
Lady Catel's manor.
Very wishful thinking. Yeah, but don't worry. Anytime you're not in combat, you can trade a skill card for another. Yeah, that's fine. Just drag the card from its owner's deck to choose. If the card is unavailable from your draw pile, you have to pay a fixed price. Yeah. It's a little expensive, so you have the rested. Yeah, correct. The cost of resting is also pretty high. We have plenty of food, so in that case, it might be worth it to spend one nibble of food on a better card. So where are we going? Oh, so we need nimble hands for this? Yeah, so that'll advance the story. Alright, problem solved. We got a thing. Okay.
The second he touched the mysterious lyre, Volpan felt an ancient power flowing through him. Reality fractured and exploded into an infinite number of worlds, all identical and yet somehow distinct. Beyond the webs of fate, he witnessed all possible futures, resonating, vibrating, clashing. And then he saw, and he knew. He, his loved ones, his city, his kingdom, his world, everything was going to disappear, swallowed up by a cataclysm whose origin lurked behind the veil of possibilities.
You're gonna have to rest. Uh-oh. Graveyard deck is empty. No victims. Woo! If you leave a trail of bodies behind you. Now that's cool. So it's like a karma system, I guess. Bad karma in this case.
Well, if the gods wanted a fight, they were going to get one.
Victory! So I think this was a pretty good research stream. I think we did alright. Here we go. Took a while to load, but what are you gonna do? Yes, this game might be hard to kind of grasp. This game might be hard to kind of grasp. I might not want to set it down for too long. I might want to go deeper. Because I'm worried if I set it down, like, if I try to come back to it next month, I'm going to forget how to play. Which, unfortunately, is not unusual for a lot of games, like Resonance of Fate. I need to do some HD footage of that, because I got my PlayStation 3 right here. So I can throw in some component video captures and redo some of my other videos. Number of the above Doom event indicates how many turns you have left before it happens. Each mission you complete costs a turn. If you fail to complete a mission, you can always retry it. Okay. So is this like a Valkyrie profile thing where you can only go into one, you can only do one mission at a time before you run out of periods? Oh, okay. Missions also contain secret items.
What's this?
I was struck with another flash. Huh. So we have to go through I think it's like a tree. We have to go through each branch in the tree to get to that particular node, I guess. Yeah, I see what they mean. Well, so how do we save? Yeah, can we save? I was hoping we can save here. Yeah, so I'm curious if we continue where the game drops us off. Because I did an earlier save, but I can just ignore that one because that was a bad run. So I can delete my earlier save. Yeah, get rid of the first one. Alright. Let's trash that one. Let's look at this one. I'm curious where it saves us. We're going to end the video pretty soon. But I'm pretty sure it let us save right there at the cutscene. Yeah, here we go. Alright, perfect. So there's your teaser. If this were a demo, this would be the end of the demo. See, we did a 1-hour research stream. But yeah, it's going to be hard for me to kind of figure out what to do next. So I'll just pick. Again, I'm not afraid to lose. So my logic is we're going to pick something, just kind of see if we get the outcome we want. But not afraid to lose if it means we can learn. So I got my audio recorded with the Turtle Beach headset, plugged into an audio splitter into the J5 Create capture device. Capturing at 720p, 60 frames a second on my quad-core Celeron Windows 10 education laptop. The Nintendo Switch is mounted over here to capture the footage at 720p out of the Nintendo Switch. This was the research stream for Foretales. I do want to play more of this, so that's my recommendation. After an hour of playing this, I want to play more, which is more than I can say for a lot of the Sonic the Hedgehog games I've been playing recently. So there's your recommendation. See, we play turn-based games on this channel, and we're not afraid of furries, so this one might be okay. What version was this anyway? 1.0.